Navigating card shows can be overwhelming, especially when you're face to face with the seller on the negotiating table, trying to get the best deal for that chase card that you want to add to your collection. Today, I'm going to help you out by giving you 5 questions that you need to be asking vendors and sellers at card shows when you're trying to secure that new card for your collection. If it's your first time coming across the channel, where have you been? What's going on? Click that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all the Pokemon content coming out of RareRipz. Question number 1 is, how did you acquire this card? Now, the reason you want to be asking this question is so that you can understand the history of the card. You want to get to grips with the background of this piece of cardboard that you're about to spend your hard-earned money on. The seller, maybe they got it from another seller. Sellers like to do deals amongst themselves. They like to trade amongst themselves. Maybe he got it from a trusted resource like a fellow seller. He might tell you a bit about that, or she might tell you a bit about that fellow seller that can give you more confidence on where they got it from. Maybe they opened the card out of a pack themselves. Maybe they got it packed fresh, put it straight into that sleeve, put it straight into a protector, and now they're at the show ready to sell it to you. There's a multitude of different ways that sellers and vendors can acquire cards. They could have got a job lot of cards. They could have been buying product. There's a multitude of ways. But what you want to do is you want to do to your best of your ability, get a great understanding of how the seller obtained the card so you can feel more comfortable about the history and the background of the product. Question number 2, has this card ever been graded or been submitted for grading? Now, why would you want to ask this question? Well, basically, you want to figure out if this card has already gone through the rigorous processes that the grading companies will scrutinize the card. They're going to look at it for quality. They're going to be looking at the centering. They're going to be looking at lots of different aspects of the card to figure out how high quality it is or how low quality it is. So if you know and can figure out whether this card has been graded in the past, because you know some people, they get cards graded, they might crack the case open and take the card out. You simply do not know what that card has been through. So you want to figure out, has it been graded in the past? If it has, that might give you good clues and indications as to the quality of the card from a professional aspect. So you want to ask this question. And also, you might even be someone who wants to look for graded cards. So you might want to be asking the seller, do you have graded cards here, or are you just selling raw cards? So you want to be asking about grading, and you want to be, again, figuring out more about the card, understanding more about the card that you're going to purchase. The more information you have, the better. If the seller can tell you whether the card has been submitted for grading in the past, that could give you an indication as to whether it did well when put under those stringent processes and quality checks. Also, what if it didn't do well? The seller might be able to provide you with some insights as to whether the card didn't do well under grading, and then you can figure out why didn't that card do well. Maybe it has a nick in the corner. Maybe the centering's a bit off. If you can figure out why, you know what you're getting yourself into in the purchase of this card, and you can make your purchase with confidence. If you know, look, I know there's a problem with the card, but I really like it and I think it's a good deal, then you can still go ahead. But it's good to have this information. And that leads nicely into question 3, which would be, are there any flaws or known issues with this card? Now, the reason you want to be asking this question, guys, is because, again, you want to gather as much information from the seller, because the seller is the person who currently owns the card. So in theory, they should know the most about this card. Assuming that they have bought this from someone else, or they have just acquired this card through opening packs themselves, they're going to know what's happened to this card, where it's been stored, how it's been protected, and has the quality of the card been maintained. Obviously, when you're buying cards, it goes without saying that you're going to be doing your own visual checks on the card, right? You're going to be looking at the card, checking for nicks, scratches. You're going to be looking for those print lines. You're going to see if there's any issues with the holographic lines. You're going to be looking for the corners, the edges. There's all these different things that you need to consider when you're looking at a card and you're trying to assess whether this is a good quality card. Is this a clean copy of this card. So if the seller can provide you with information about issues that they already know exist with the card, all that's going to do is serve to help you with your buying decision. And of course, if the seller is forthcoming with this information, you can know that they're being transparent with you, and that's just going to give you more confidence in your ability to purchase something from this seller without feeling like you're going to get screwed over or fleeced or done, or you're going to be picking up some bad product and you're not going to realize that. If the seller is being transparent with you, then they're going to earn a little bit more trust from you as well. Question number 4 that you're going to want to be asking is, do you have any cards or sets similar to the one that I'm inquiring about right now? So you're probably going to be going up there, you're going to be looking through the inventory that the seller has, and you're going to probably have a few cards in mind, maybe just one card in mind that you're looking to purchase. And so if you find what you're looking for and you're really happy with one card, why not ask the seller if they have more? Sometimes all the inventory isn't displayed on the table or on the selling area. Sometimes the vendor will be holding cards behind the table, and you don't know if you don't ask. So if you feel like you've built a good rapport with the seller, if you feel like they're giving you a good deal, if they're being transparent with you and they've got quality product, why not ask them, look, I'm collecting this set or I'm collecting this type of card. Do you have anything else like that? And you never know, they might just pull out that binder or that box from behind the table and bring out the good stuff for you that they know that you're gonna like. So the seller is in the same position as you. The same way you don't know anything about them, whether they're a good seller, good quality, good reputation, they don't know anything about you. They don't know what products you specifically want to buy and what you're interested in. So if you start to build up that conversation and that engagement with the seller, they can then start providing you with things that you might like. So yeah, definitely do that. Definitely always ask if the seller or vendor has similar products to the one that you were initially inquiring about. The 5th and final question that you're gonna want to be asking is, do you have any flexibility on the price? We all know it's about wheeling and dealing. We all know it's about negotiating the best deal or the best price for the product that you're trying to purchase. Now, a lot of these vendors, a lot of these people selling at card shows are obviously going to expect people buying products from them to ask if there's any room for a discount. Is there any room for a deal to be made? If you're just buying one card, it might be a bit more difficult, but I think if you're buying a selection of different cards, the vendor is likely to be more willing to do a special deal for you because you're buying multiple products from them, and you know, at the end of the day, they're going to be having you spend more money as a whole with them. So definitely ask if they're willing to negotiate and if they're willing to do a deal on the price with you. I think you'll find that most people will be up for that. It's commonplace, it's something that's expected when you're at these shows. So make sure you're building that rapport with the seller. You know, you can't expect them to go to a ridiculous point where they won't be making money. You know, at the end of the day, they're running a business. They need to be making profit to survive. So you don't want to be taking the mickey by what you're asking them to go too low. But within reason, you can talk to them, see if they could do a deal and try to negotiate. Obviously, this is something that takes a lot of confidence. This is something that can be quite daunting, but it's something that the seller again will be expecting you to do, and it's something that you should be doing for yourself, because at the end of the day, you want to get the best deal. There's multiple vendors at these shows. There might be vendors selling the same card, so you know, they're gonna want to be getting that sale from you. So there's gonna be a competitiveness at the event. People are gonna want to be doing deals with you and want to be doing business with you. So make sure that you're attempting to engage with the vendors and see what they're open to doing. And another thing that would be good to do is for you to get an idea in your head of what are the prices of the cards that you're specifically interested in. If you are attending the show with this information already in the back of your mind, you're going to be in a much better position at the negotiating table, because then you're going to understand whether they're actually giving you a good deal or whether you're just getting the standard market price. So go in there with information in the back of your mind, know your prices, know your stuff. especially about the things that you're interested in picking up on the day. But yeah, guys, it's definitely worth it. So if you can pluck up the courage, you can get some confidence together, and once you've done it once, after that it only gets easier, right? Once you pluck up the courage to have that conversation and ask if they'll do you a special deal, and then they agree to it, right? You're going to be chuffed. You're going to be like, you know what, that wasn't too bad, and you've got yourself that card that you've been looking for. Yeah, so always ask if the seller is willing to negotiate on price. So now I'm going to do a recap of the 5 questions that you need to be asking. 1, how did you acquire this card? 2, has this card ever been graded or submitted for grading? 3, are there any flaws or issues with the card? 4, do you have any other cards or sets similar to this card? And 5, do you have any flexibility on price? I hope the video was useful for you guys. Please let me know in the comments, what is your go-to question when negotiating prices on a card or when speaking to vendors at card shows? Drop your comments in the comment section below the video. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the RareRipz channel for more content just like this. We do pack openings, we do videos about Pokemon cards, Pokemon card collecting, so make sure you join up to stay up to date with all of the latest uploads. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.